Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Today we're going to be talking about relationships. Relationships in recovery, starting a new relationship, being in a relationship, if you think about going into recovery. It's going to cover all of that. A massive mistake I did every time I was in recovery after I'd been detoxed, maybe after a month, I would start looking to date someone. I think it was just because I was feeling well, I was looking good, but I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's okay getting in a relationship, but when you're just in recovery, if anything bad happens in that relationship, say he's having an argument or she wants to break up with you, or vice versa, anything, what's the first thing what you normally do? After a breakup or an argument, your head's battered, I'm going to go into the shop and have a drink. That's what happens 9 times out of 10. I'm not saying everyone does that, but my experience, every time I had an argument or a fallout, I'm going to the shop for some cans. It was quite self-destructive. That's what it was. I knew what I was doing. I mean, even some of the times, you just look for an excuse to argue. It gives you that, well, I'm going for a drink now. But this time, really sorry, I've got a runny nose. It's my hay fever. This time in recovery, I see to myself, I've said in last previous videos, I had my own plan. And this time, I was going to wait at least a year. Or at least until I felt ready. I wouldn't even say a year. It's just until you feel ready. I think you've got to concentrate on yourself for a little bit. You've got to be a bit selfish. I know it's a bit hard to be selfish, but being an alcoholic, that's what sometimes you've got to do. You've got to cut ties from your old friends. You've got to have time for yourself. Just make sure you're okay. I mean, this is not just detoxing and then being off the drink for a couple of months. I mean, this is for the rest of your life. You've got to find the right person. The person that you meet's got to understand that you can't drink, you can't have the odd one. You've got to tell the truth from the start. I admit I've been with lasses in the past. I've never told them I was alcoholic, and I've always said, "Oh, I just don't drink. I don't really like it. I don't like the hangovers." But sometimes, like maybe it's every couple of months, I just say, "Oh, I'm just getting myself a bottle of wine," and I would just say, "Actually, I'm going to get 4 cans." So I thought he didn't drink. I says, "Nah, I just fancy a couple." Knowing in my head, obviously she would have been thinking, "Well, he's only had 4 cans." She didn't know I was an alcoholic. He's going to be fine. 4 cans, you know what happens. But in relationships, I mean, if you're already in a relationship right now and you're thinking about recovery, I think it's best if your partner, I don't know if your partner's got an addiction, I think the best plan to be is if the two of you really want it, you just want to change your life, you want to change your lifestyle, I think it's best off doing it together. I don't think let's just say for argument's sake, I'm with a lass, I'm thinking about detoxing. If she's got an addiction as well, me personally, I would have said, "Are you going to quit as well?" Because I'm wanting to. Let's say it's selfish. If she had said no, she says, I want to carry on, I would just have to walk away. If I'm thinking that I'm going to detox, I can't be around addiction. You've got to think about yourself sometimes. I mean, I've done it in the past, and like I say, I've been in relationships so quick. Just meeting a lass after a month of detox, like, oh, I feel great, I'm fresh, I'm looking a lot better. But I'm not saying it doesn't work, but it's like any little argument to have in the house, or you know what it's like. You could accuse her, she could accuse you for doing something. You're just getting it. It's just a waste. It's just waste of time. You honestly want to just concentrate on yourself, have a few goals until you're ready. I know I've just said before. I said I was going to wait approximately a year. It doesn't have to be a year. It just has to be right when you're mentally ready. Um, it's it's hard. It's hard getting a relationship. That's why I'm getting mixed up with my words. It's hard to tell the person, because if you say, well, I've always done in the past. I've seen this like a couple of classes. See, I used to be an alcoholic. Like I said, they might not understand anything about alcoholism and stuff like that, and it's just difficult. I think, God, he's an alky. And the mates find out, oh, why can't he drink? Oh, I used to be an alcoholic. Really? Oh, this is that. Oh, we all watch what you do with him. Because it's difficult. I mean, I'm so pleased I've given this year to concentrate on myself. I'm ready now. I'm ready to meet somebody. Sorry, I'm actually talking to somebody. The first thing I'd done was I told her about that. I mean, I didn't tell her straight away, because I mean, when you first messaging a girl, you don't want to take the first couple of lines. Oh, I used to be an alcoholic. I want her to get to know me first. Think, oh, he's a nice lad, and then I'll tell her the problem. I'm not going to burst out. So I sent her the link, the channel, so she knows everything about me. And she knows that I can't drink alcohol. I can't have odd one at a barbecue. I can't just pick up a can. I can't do that. I physically can't. I have one can and I can't stop. But like I say, you've just got to focus on yourself. It might be hard. People always say, "Oh, not to be in a relationship and all that." It's just no. I just want to have time for myself. I want to have a couple of goals, like I was talking about in the previous videos, just little goals. Do not be expensive before I make that next step for a relationship. Because this relationship, could be for the rest of your life. So you need to pick the right person. You need her to understand what you can and can't do. I mean, even small things like when I was with my ex, like not my ex, but like past previous exes. Like, I'll go to a barbecue. I mean, that's just a normal thing. But when you're not drinking, because even when you're in the drink before, you could have a drink and have a laugh. But when you're the one sitting there sober as a judge, everyone's drinking and having a laugh, and they're starting to get a bit louder when the shots start coming out. It's difficult. But me personally, if you're in a relationship, make sure that the two is want to do together. You want the same things. If you're not in a relationship, if you think about detox, stay single. It makes a recovery a lot easier, not having that extra pressure on you. But I mean, it's little bits of pressure, like what happens if I pick up a drink and I spoil a relationship? I hurt her, not as in physically hurt. I mean, as in hurt her by having a drink. I think you've got to be mentally completely focused in your head. Like I say, I can't say I'm never going to drink again, but I'm very focused now. This is the first time I think in years I've been this focused of giving up and looking for a partner, just looking for someone nice, someone to spend time with, just having a nice time really. Obviously, I know relationships are not like that. You have to be mentally ready for the arguments. There will be arguments. You've got to be ready for that. If you're not ready for that, don't even think about it, because you'll go down that path of drinking again. Not everyone will, but 95%, 99% will. So just try to be, like I say, this is you've got to be selfish. And I remember hearing that in rehab, and they says, "Oh, you've got to be selfish. Think about yourself." And I said, "Oh God, I'm not a selfish person. I don't mean as selfish as in, you know what I mean. Like I'm not going to do that for you. I mean selfish as in thinking about yourself, putting your detox, your recovery, the main focus. Um, just try not to think about too much. Give yourself little goals. There's loads of times for a girlfriend at the end of the day, or a boyfriend if you're gay. Um, but as long as you've just got to be ready mentally. I don't think it's a good idea trying to be in a relationship after a month, after a detox. There's just too much pressure on you. You've got to sort yourself out. I mean, it took me months to sort myself out. I was still having a bit of the cravings hell of a lot. My legs were like jelly. I know when you drink, your legs start going a bit funny even if you're under a drink. Even like my mum said, "Oh, you walk a bit funny today." I says, "It's off the alcohol, off the years and years and years of abuse." But it's crazy. But like I say, there'll be loads more stuff about relationships. It's just sometimes your memory's not very good after the accident, which I'm going to another story. When I was put in induced coma, so your memory's not like 100%, but it's not terrible. So there'll be a lot of things which I forget, and I'll be repeating a few things on videos. Like I say, it goes down to tiny detail. But I think that's going to be it for today. I'm not going to keep this too long. I don't want to bore you. And I'll be very grateful if you like and subscribe so I can keep the channel going. Like I say, this is just to help anyone. I want to help you. I'm enjoying talking about it. It's reminding me of things, bad things. So I don't go back on the drink. So thank you very much. Bye now.